TV, Able TV channel 205, Limex TV platform, Ifestec platform, Apple TV, Niger TV, Aeroco TV. You can connect with us on our 18 socials by subscribing, like, and share. Facebook and YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network, on Twitter, now X, at Atlantic TV Net. We'll go on a short break, and when we come back, we'll dive right into the story for today. Please stay with us.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all your picks on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. On 18.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. Today we will be looking at the Afikpo Kingdom, their history, culture, and traditions. Let's get right into it. The Afikpo Kingdom, also traditionally known as Ehugbo, is one of the most cultural, rich, and historically significant traditional entities in Ebonyi State, southeastern Nigeria. It is located in Afikpo North Local Government Area and is a major center of Igbo civilization with strong ancestral, spiritual, and intellectual roots. Afikpo is one of the oldest organized Igbo societies, believed to have developed a structured community system long before British colonial contact. The people of Afikpo call themselves Ehugbo, and the name Afikpo was an anglicized version introduced by the British. Afikpo was once a major subdivision under the old Ogoja province during colonial rule, before being merged into the former Eastern region and later into Ebonyi State in 1996. According to oral accounts, the people of Afikpo traced their origins to an ancestral founder named Egu, whose descendants settled in the area and expanded into various villages. Over time, these settlements developed into a closely knit but highly organized society, renowned for its age-grade system Ogbo, masquerade traditions, especially Okungba, and elaborate initiation rituals for boys transitioning into manhood, Obaka. The leader of Ego was a man called Anuma Ugu, I beg your pardon, settled in an area now occupied by Ezi Okaka, Amaha, Amaizu. Another tradition has it that the indigenous people of Afikpo went to war and defeated Ego, who were originally somewhere between Abakaliki and Ahwazara, and took many of them prisoners to Afikpo. Now to the founding clans and villages. Nkwagoro clan, considered one of the oldest clans in Afikpo, known for its spiritual roles and cultural leadership, it hosts important shrines and sacred groves. Itim clan is a central clan historically associated with strength and warfare, produced many influential elders and age-grade leaders. Ugwebu clan, known for its agricultural productivity and strong age-grade participation, played key roles in community organization. Amachara clan, one of the ancient clans also involved in early leadership in cultural festivals, hosts some of the sacred Okumpa masquerade practices. Ozeza clan, sometimes grouped with wider Afikpo but often treated as distinct, has a strong presence in traditional crafts and education. Amaseri clan, neighboring but culturally linked, while administratively separate, Amaseri stressed cultural and historical ties with Afikpo and participated, I beg your pardon, in many joint festivals. Let's take a look at the tangible culture of the Afikpo people. Traditional architecture and compounds, for a start. Afikpo compounds are often built using mud walls, thatched or zinc roofs, and decorated with symbolic wall murals. The compound is typically structured around the central Obi, ancestral hut or gathering point where family meetings and rituals are held. Shrines and ancestral altars called Oguma or Ezi are usually located within family compound. For masquerades and masks, popularly called Okumpa, Okumpa masquerades are one of Afikpo's most iconic cultural expressions, performed using wooden masks with exaggerated facial features, costumes made from raffia, feathers, and clothes. These masks are carved by skilled artisans and kept in special shrines or sacred locations. Each mask has a name, personality, and function. Some are satirical, others spiritual or disciplinary. Afikpo carvers produce ritual stools, ancestral figures, staffs, and symbolic doors used in ceremonies or placed at shrines. Marks and carved objects are not just decorative, they carry spiritual significance and are part of ancestral communication. For musical instruments, traditional instruments include ekwe, which is a wooden slate drum, ogene, metal gong, udu, clay pot drum, ichaka, which is a rattle, oja, flute. These are used in festivals, age-grade ceremonies, funerals, and ancestral innovations or invocations, I beg your pardon. Sacred objects and ritual implements. Ofo staff, symbol of authority and justice, carried by elders or clan heads. Ivory of bone, pendants worn by priests or title holders during rituals. Sacred stones, calabashes, feathers, and charms used in medicine, divination, and spiritual protection. Traditional attire. Men in the Afikpo kingdom wear tie George wrapper, isiagu tunic, red or black caps, especially among elders or titled men. Women double their wrapper, popularly called iro, beaded necklaces, and hair combs during festivals or weddings. For dancers and masqueraders, wear raffia skirts, bells, ankle rattles, and face and body paint. Utensils and domestic tools includes clay pots for cooking, wooden mortars and pestles, wooden baskets, and locally made farming tools like hoes, sickles, and knives. These tools support daily life and are also featured during New Yam festivals and harvest celebrations. For beads and adornments, these are used during initiations, weddings, and age-grade rites. Certain beads are reserved for spiritual or title-bearing individuals. Calabash carvings, combs, and ivory ornaments are also used in ceremonies. Let's take a look at some of the monuments in the Afikpo Kingdom. Amanko Cave, Ogba Amanko, a naturally significant cave located in Etiti Ede, Afikpo South local government area, spanning approximately 4 kilometers with 3 notable tunnel sections known as the entrance, the window, and the door, travel, and tour. Rich in spiritual significance, it is used for rituals, ancestral prayers, and an annual Ore Ogba ceremony on the last Igbo market day of the year. Served as a refuge during the Biafran War, hiding locals and providing shelter from attacks. Newi City, the cave is also home to bats, which locals believe protects the site for those with good intentions. The next we have is Onwana and Ndibe Golden Sand Beaches, located in Afikpo North local government area along the Cross River Basin. These pictorial golden sand beaches are ideal for sunbathing, swimming, canoe racing, and welcoming visitors during festivals and holidays. The Okosa Fishing Festival, a traditional all-day/night event which takes place at Ndibe Beach and draws huge crowds to witness freshwater fishing displays and masquerade performances. Afikpo Cultural Monuments and Civic Buildings. The Ukwa Civic Center in Afikpo town is a prominent public building situated near the local government headquarters and judiciary complex, often used for civic events and ceremonies. St. Mary's Pro Cathedral, located in Afikpo North, is both a spiritual and architectural landmark in the community. Some additional cultural and heritage sites include the Afikpo mask collections, traditional wooden masks of Afikpo, such as Okungpa and Iri Iko, are celebrated works of art preserved in museums, including the Yemisi Shillong Museum of Art. Slave market route at Amuzu, a historical site in Afikpo North that traces the path of the slave trade era in the region, now preserved as part of community memory and heritage tourism. Intiweze Waterfalls and MacGregor Hill, scenic natural formations in the MacGregor Hill area of Afikpo North local government area, appreciated for both aesthetic and spiritual values. For the landscapes, here are some images showcasing the landscapes and built environment of Afikpo in Ebonyi State. The rolling hills and grassland forest transition. Afikpo is situated in a hilly zone at about 110 meters above sea level, making it a transitional area between open grasslands and tropical forests. The terrain includes gently undulating hills that rise above lush vegetation, visible in aerial photos with clusters of homes nestled among greenery. Scenic urban and provincial views. Urban images show mid-sized dwellings set amid well-planned roads and greenery reflecting Afikpo's status as a second-tier urban center with a relaxed semi-rural landscape. The Golden Sand Beach along the Cross River, while not always seen in aerial shots, Onwana and Ndibe Golden Sand Beaches in Afikpo North local government area along the Cross River Basin offer pristine sandy shores bordered by water and vegetation. These beach landscapes are ideal for relaxation, canoe racing, and fishing festivals. Waterfalls, mini water features, and natural springs. Afikpo North is home to hidden waterfalls and springs such as the Oferekpe Falls and Otapampam mini waterfall near Umwana. These sites offer dramatic green landscapes with flowing water punctuated by forested hills and rocky formations. Well, we'll go on a short break now, and when we return, we'll dive right into the remaining stories for today.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economic, sports, and documentaries. So catch all your bits on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today. On 18.
Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. I'm sure you're having a good time. Now let's dive right into the intangible culture of the Afikpos. For oral traditions and storytelling, Afikpo people maintain a rich body of folktales, proverbs, and ancestral myths. These are used to teach morals, explain the origins of clans, and also uphold communal values. Elders play a crucial role in transferring this knowledge to the younger generation. Okunkpa Masquerade Theatre. The Okunkpa is a satirical masquerade performance unique to Afikpo. It blends comedy, music, dance, and social critique. The performers wear carved wooden masks with exaggerated features, and their dances mock or dramatize real societal events, leadership failures, or bad behaviors, serving as moral checks within the community. Initiation into age grades and secret societies. Afikpo maintains a strict age grade system known as Ogo. Especially for males, boys are initiated through a structured sacred process that involves circumcision rites, symbolizing transition into adulthood. Bush training and isolation, where young initiates are taught ethics, survival, and societal rules. Initiation into the Eko ancestral spirit, which involve oaths of secrecy, discipline, and moral conduct. Spiritual beliefs and ancestral worship. Afikpo people believe in the presence of ancestral spirits who influence everyday life. Ritual offerings, festivals, and libations are often held to honor these spirits, especially during burials, land festivals, and masquerade events. Traditional music and dance. Musical instruments include the ogene, ekwe, ichaka, oja, and udu. For language and naming traditions, the Afikpo people speak a dialect of Igbo, known for its unique phonology and expressions distinct from Central Igbo. Names carry deep spiritual and historical meanings, often tied to events around the child's birth. Example, Nina, father's mother, Ode, honor or wealth. For funeral rites and beliefs about the afterlife, Afikpo burials are layered with tradition. Elders are buried with ritual honors, including ancestral invocation and music. Some families bury items with the deceased to aid their journey to the ancestral realm. Women, depending on status and age, have distinct mourning and burial rites. Now, for the traditions of the Afikpo people, known as Ehugbo, located in the Afikpo North Local Government Area of Ebonyi State, are among the most distinctive in southern Nigeria. These traditions shape their daily life, communal identity, and spiritual consciousness, passed down through generations via ceremonies, oral histories, rituals, and festivals. Here's an overview of the key traditional practices and beliefs of the Afikpo people. For ancestral worship and spiritual practices, the Afikpo worldview honors ancestral spirits, Ndi Che, earth goddess, Allah, and other deities. Families maintain ancestral altars offering food, libations, or prayers. Shrines and sacred forests serve as locations for divination, sacrifices, and spiritual cleansing. Festivals and ceremonies, Iri Ji, which is known as New Yam Festival, celebrates the harvest and gives thanks to the gods. Okompa Festival, which is an annual comedic masquerade festival for communal bonding and moral instruction. Ikomka and Egbo festivals tied to purification, initiation, and generational renewal. Traditional marriage customs begins with introduction and bride price negotiation. Culminates in Igba Nko wine carrying ceremony, where the bride presents palm wine to her chosen groom. Involves music, blessings, and symbolic gifts from both families. Burial and funeral rites. Elders are buried with elaborate ceremonies, including masquerade appearances, drumming, and ancestral invocation. Certain rituals are believed to help the dead transition peacefully into the ancestral realm. For taboos and moral codes, women may not enter certain sacred areas or speak certain words during rituals. Disobedience of traditional laws may require public apology, fines, or purification rites. The community values respect for elders, chastity before marriage. Sorry, I'll take that again. The community values respect for elders, chastity before marriage, and collective responsibility. Naming and kingship traditions. Children are named after events, spiritual revelations, or ancestors. Kinship ties influence marriage eligibility, land inheritance, and communal obligations. Traditional justice systems where disputes are settled by Oha Council, which is the Council of Elders. Use of divination, oaths, and public mediation to ensure truth and fairness. Offenders are sometimes mocked in Okompa performances as a form of non-violent correction. Now, this is more like my favorite part of every tribe that we deal with here on Atlantic Television Network. I beg your pardon. It is where we get to talk about the food of these amazing tribes. Now, let's look at the food of the Afikpo people. The Afikpo people of Ebonyi State, also known as Ehugbo, have a rich culinary heritage rooted in locally sourced ingredients, seasonal produce, and traditional methods of preparation. Their traditional delicacies reflect their agrarian lifestyle, cultural identity, and communal way of life. Here's a breakdown of the key traditional foods and delicacies of the Afikpo people. The first we have is Ofe Okazi, also known as the Okazi soup. It is a thick, flavorful soup made with okazi leaves, common among the Igbo. It is cooked with palm oil, ground crayfish, stockfish, ogiri, and meat, typically eaten with fufu such as cassava or yam. The second we have is Oha soup or Ofe oha, a seasonal soup made with oha leaves, unique for their soft, earthly taste. Ingredients include cocoyam as thickener, palm oil, assorted meat, snails, stockfish, and spices, eaten with eba, gari, or pounded yam, or also even fufu. The next we have is akidi, black beans, and abacha. Akidi is a native small black or red bean cooked with palm oil, pepper, and onion, often paired with abacha, which is known as African salad made from cassava slices, stockfish, and native spices, sometimes served with fried plantain or yam. Egusi soup, also called melon seed soup, made from ground melon seeds, thickened with palm oil and spiced with ogiri, pepper, and leafy vegetables like ugu or bitter leaf. It is rich in protein with fish, meat, or pomo, served with any kind of swallow. The next is corn and upa, pigeon peas, a traditional combo meal especially popular during harvest. It is boiled fresh maize, which is cooked with upa, native pigeon peas, and seasoned with palm oil and native spices. Nutritious and commonly eaten during communal farming festivals. Next we have is our yam porridge. Yam cubes cooked with palm oil, pepper, fish, vegetables, and sometimes periwinkle or dried fish, staple food during yam harvest. Next is ogba, oil bean salad. Sliced fermented oil bean seeds mixed with palm oil, pepper, ogba spices, onions, and utazi leaves, often eaten with pomo, fish, or abacha. Then we have roasted yam with palm oil sauce, popular in festivals or farming seasons. Yam is roasted and served with a palm oil based dip mixed with salt, pepper, and sometimes uba or fish. On number 9, we have nsala soup, which is also known as the white soup. A light colored soup made with palm oil, cooked with catfish. A light colored soup made without palm oil, cooked with catfish, yam as thickener, oziza leaves, and native spices, often reserved for important guests or nursing mothers. Now, these are some cultural notes. Palm oil is a key ingredient in nearly every meal in Afikpo. Meals are traditionally served on wooden trays or banana leaves in communal settings. Men and elders are often served first during formal gatherings, and then food is part of ceremonies, especially in marriage, initiation, and funerals. Now let's take a look at the age group system. The age grade system of the Afikpo people, also known as Ogbo system, is one of the most structured and respected traditional institutions in southeastern Nigeria. It is not only a means of social organization, but also a pillar of governance, discipline, and cultural preservation in Afikpo society. What is the age grade system about? The age system in Afikpo is a general grouping of individuals born within a specific time span, typically around 35 years. Members of the same age grade grow, learn, serve, and progress together through the stage of communal responsibility. The first stage is the childhood to adulthood. Children are informally grouped by birth year. Around age 14 to 17, boys are prepared for initiation into adulthood through the sacred Ogo Bush School. The second is initiation into age grade. After successful Ogo initiation, boys are formally inducted into an age grade. The name of the age grade is often symbolic and unique to the group. They begin to take part in communal labor and societal or social responsibilities. The third is active adult participation. In their adults in their 20s to 40s, members serve the town, take on leadership of local projects, enforce traditional law, and support community events. They often act as youth security or logistical teams during festivals. The fourth is the senior status, where we have the elders of the Ogbo. In later years, around 60 plus, members retire from annual work and become counselors, advisors, and peace mediators. They may be absorbed into the Ogba Council, which is the Council of Elders, if chosen. The male age grade system is more formalized due to the initiation rites, which is the Ogbo, and masquerade involvement. Women also have their own age grade groups, primarily focused on community sanitation, healthcare, market organization, and ceremonial roles like dances or food preparation. All right, let's take a look at some of the notable personalities in Afikpo community. First we have is Chris Abani. Born in Afikpo in 1996, Abani is an internationally acclaimed author, poet, playwright, and professor. His works, including Graceland and Becoming Abigail, explore political, social, and diasporic themes. He's received multiple awards and fellowships. Second is Sir Dr. Akanu Ibiam, born in Nwana, Afikpo North, 1906 to 1995. He was one of Eastern Nigeria's first medical doctors and served as governor of the Eastern region from 1960 to 1966. He later played a major humanitarian role during the Biafran War. Next is Francis Ogbonnaya Otunta, hailing from Amangu Mpogoro, Afikpo North, 1958 to 2021. Otunta was a renowned mathematician and former vice-chancellor of Michael Okwa University of Agriculture. Next is Professor Nnenna Nnannaya Oti, born in Afikpo North in 1958. She is the first female substantive vice-chancellor of Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Futo. She holds a PhD in soil and environmental conservation and has led initiatives in sustainable agriculture. And up next we have Priscilla Ekwere Eleje, native of Afikpo. Eleje became the first woman whose signature appears on Nigerian Naira notes as Director of Currency Operations at the Central Bank of Nigeria in 2019. Next we have Isoni Ogboji from Ebonwana, Eda, Afikpo South. He served as Senator representing Ebonyi South from 2011 to 2019. Previously he held local government office and served as Commissioner for Economic Empowerment. Maria Ode Nwachi, Afikpo Chick, a groundbreaking activist, social media influencer, and former lawmaker. She became the first woman elected from Afikpo North to the Ebonyi State House of Assembly in 2015, gaining fame for her grassroots philanthropy and digital presence. Sinach Osinanchi Kalu Okoro Ebu, born in Afikpo local government area in 1972, Sinach is one of Nigeria's most prominent gospel musicians, known for global hits like Waymaker. She was the first African songwriter to stay 2 weeks at the top of the Billboard Christian Songwriters chart. Charity Chacha aka Fanny from Afikpo. She is a popular Nollywood actress with numerous films to her credit and a significant fan base. Paul Feng Odenigbo, CEO of Paul Feng Accessories Limited, a major Nigerian-run electronics accessories company based in China, exporting to over 14 countries, estimated net worth over $11 million, and known for philanthropy in Ebonyi, scholarships, community infrastructure. High Chief Julius Ama Ochi, Ochiri of Eda, businessman based in Lagos, owns Lee Gate Hotel in Lekki and invests in education, water projects, and youth programs in his Afikpo hometown. Estimated net worth around $10 million. Michael Ama Nnachi, Afikpo-born quantity surveyor, who turned senator 2019 to 2023 for Ebonyi South. He combined engineering and business interests before joining federal politics. Chief Peter Chibike Orogu, Baby Oku, entrepreneur and top producer of alcoholic beverages in Nigeria via Chobi Zion Nigeria Limited, known for products like Baby Oku bitters and Ghana native ginger, major philanthropist in Ebonyi. This is where we wrap it up on today's episode of the East of the Niger Show on Atlantic Television Network. I'm sure you had a good time. I am Francis Neka. Thank you for watching. You can connect with us on our ASN socials by subscribing, like, and share. Look on YouTube, Atlantic Television Network, on Instagram and TikTok, Atlantic TV Network, and of course on Twitter, Atlantic